Hey folks, how y'all doing? I gotcha. You thought we were going to do it again, didn't you? How y'all doing? I'm Kurt Wiegel, and this is Game Geeks. Hope you're having fun gaming. Today we're going to be talking about Millennium Knights, which is part of the Savage Mojo overall Suzerain Continuum, although this one is only tangentially linked to the Suzerain Continuum. If you don't know, the Suzerain Continuum was their attempt to link all of their worlds together through outside forces, which is a noble effort. I haven't really dug into how that works well enough yet to give you a solid opinion on it, but I can tell you that while I don't know much about Suzerain itself, I love their settings. And with Millennium Knights, it is no different. Now, Millennium Knights is theoretically a possible sequel or possible future setting of Noir Knights, which we've reviewed before. Go back and take a look at it. It was pretty recent. Now, with Millennium Knights, you are continuing the adventures of the SPA, the Special Projects Administration. This is the organization that was founded during the Depression to deal with supernatural forces, metaphysical, monstrous, paranormal, whatever, that are dealing with America. The point of the SPA is to protect the United States from threats, both foreign, domestic, natural, and paranormal, emphasis on the latter. This game is set in 1999, thus the title Millennium Knights. So it's a recent enough period piece that you can really get your mind into it, although for some of you youngsters, you may not remember 1999 well enough to be able to accurately go back to it, but does anyone really care? Does anyone really want to go back to the 90s? I mean, come on, look at the music we had at the time. Toad the Wet Sprocket? Just really? No. Anywho, sir, today, with this, the first thing we're going to talk about is building your character. You are essentially playing secret agents. Now, your secret agent can come from any background. You could be a professional agent. You could have been a cop who saw something he shouldn't have, cat burglar, professional assassin, hacker, etc. You start at novice rank, but one of the things it gives you is it gives you one free advance that you normally get when you earn 5 experience points. With that free advance, you can do anything you want to with it. This is how you get to be a little bit better than the average novice character without actually giving you more experience points. Following that, there's an interesting use of some of the skills. For example, you can use healing to make poisons, which is not something you typically see. And it reminds you, with riding, you can also ride a horse, an elephant, a camel, or an ostrich if you see fit, which is a little odd, but I like that they included it in there. One of the follow-up things they did is an application of knowledge skills that you normally don't see. The idea here being, and let's face it, most characters are not going to sink points into knowledge because it doesn't gain you any direct mechanical benefit. And I have more than once allowed players who have, say, the sorcery skill to replace knowledge arcana with that sorcery because they didn't think to buy it. Now there's a real advantage to buying knowledge skills, because let's say you have a skill that can dovetail, a knowledge skill that can dovetail nicely into another skill that you have. Let's go with the aforementioned poison use of healing. If you have knowledge biochemistry in that, then you can figure out some of the better poisons you could generate. So what you end up doing is you take that and you add 1 to your healing roll for every die rank in the knowledge you have. For example, if you have knowledge biochemistry D8, then you would add 3 to your healing roll. That gives a real mechanical benefit for having those knowledge skills, which is better than what I've done in the past for that, which is you make the roll and you add the number of success and raises to the die roll. I like this better. It's cleaner and it's faster. Connections are very important in this game. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And those people can help you out in a pinch. Now, normally connections are just there. They're sort of neutral to you. They're like, hey, I can do you a favor. It doesn't cost me too much. Improved connections, they like you a lot more. And you get a +2 to the persuasion rolls to talk them into doing something for you. Field tech is another advantage you have, which is sort of your low-level gear that gives you an advantage on, say, lockpicking or repair for a given situation. A sonic screwdriver in its most basic form might fall into this. Now, the spyware is where this kind of gets cool. In spyware, it is your spy gadgets that you get. One of the things that absolutely knocked my socks off when I was reading this is there is real science in some of this stuff. Being a material scientist myself as a profession, I sort of look for underlying reality in here beyond just it's enhanced Kevlar. For example, one of the things they have is a shear thickening gel, which is used with an impact, say a bullet or a punch, that it thickens and you don't take as much of the damage. Another one is an enhanced Kevlar weave with polyethylene glycol on it, which you can use to wear armor as your clothes. Both of these are absolutely possible and really, really sexy if you're into science and that sort of thing like I am. To buy your spyware, it's expensive and they don't expect you to buy it out of your pocket. So you have a mission budget. It's not cash that you can cash out and have on hand, but it's a mission budget that is $500 per character in your party per rank. So if I do my math right, 5 seasoned characters can buy you $5,000. You've got the real life stuff, and then you get fun things like a reinforced umbrella that works like a shield for you that can have a sword included too if you really feel like it. So, in some of the adventures though, they give you the optimal loadout or what they think you'll need. That way you're not guessing, oh shit, I did not bring my night vision glasses on this adventure and I would need them. That tells you, you might want to include these in this adventure. Here's your gun, here's your spare ammo, here's the other stuff you've got. Plus you get $100 to buy gear of your own if you so choose. Now for the GM section, it paints a not so rosy picture of the setting. So if you're going to play in this, go away and don't listen to what I'm about to say. I will give you time to leave. Are they gone? Okay, cool. For you GMs running this, the SPA is on its way out. It has had a few bad ops over the years that's given him some negative press. For example, the Mount St. Helens explosion was actually a rogue freak that got into a dust-up with some SPA agents, and it went really bad. Combine that with the fact that most of the leadership of the SPA got nuked, not literally, but they got all killed at the same time, and it's been rudderless for a while. The SPA is losing the paranormal fight. And they don't want their agents to know that because it might make them want to leave or leave in droves, as the case may be. Now that ties in with the next thing, which is the Gazetteer of the World, which tells you all the hot spots in the world where the weirdness can happen. This felt a little bit like Planetary, if you've ever read that comic series, where there's a secret history to the Earth, and you have to go and try to keep that secret history, well, secret, and not common knowledge, and protect it and the world from each other. Finally, there is a plot point campaign. I kind of like this one quite a bit. This plot point campaign deals with sort of a long-ranging spy adventure across Europe. It doesn't actually leave the European continent very often, or at all, but you get to skate your way across Europe and investigate these things that start with a ghostly investigation in a Scottish castle. One of the other cool things here is this has a character that should survive the adventure, and I don't think you get him in too much trouble, that should survive this adventure and go on to lay the seeds for the Dogs of Hades setting, which we've also reviewed in the recent past. So I like how they're tying these threads together. The plot point campaign here, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I would play through it and be pretty comfortable with it. The only thing I feel like this book is lacking is sort of a bestiary where everything is focused in one place. You have to thumb through the plot point campaign to get the stats for the critters and the bad guys that you're not interested in. So, or that you are interested in that your players might not want you to deal with. Slip of the tongue, sorry. So, Millennium Knights. This hits my sweet spot setting. I love modern games. I love modern action, spy-ish games where you're dealing with the supernatural. All I could say is erase supernatural, write in extraterrestrial, and you could have an American Torchwood here. So, this is a fun thing. So now, we took a vacation a little bit ago. As I saw, you know that. It wasn't really a vacation. Rob and I were both busy. We were both sick at different times. We're leading into spring break here at our school. So, what that means is we can't always go weekly. We try to keep it as often as we can, and we had a really good run there for a while. We want to keep that up. But in case you're wondering where we've gone, if we've fallen through a wormhole, if something's going on, if he and I have finally had the big fight and we've decided to split this thing up, that won't ever happen. But in case you do, go ahead and take a look at the Facebook page. We'll give you updates and information there, and we are going to start a Facebook group very soon, so keep an eye out for that. For Game Geeks, I'm Kurt Wiegel. Have a good time gaming, y'all. Almost had you again.